Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're exploring a coin that many overlook but collectors absolutely love, the United States Roosevelt Dime coin from 1974. Yes, that small silver coin you might pass around without a second thought could be worth far more than just 10 cents. So coin lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters, listen very carefully, because this could be the video that changes how you look at pocket change forever. The 1974 Roosevelt Dime, minted in Denver, carries more than just the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt. While millions of these coins were produced, there are some exceptional pieces out there with rare mint errors and unique features that drive their value through the roof. We're not just talking about minor oddities, some of these coins possess striking characteristics that make collectors go wild. These are coins with misstrikes, off-center impressions, double dies, or even those struck on the wrong planchet. All of these variations can elevate this small coin into the realm of valuable collectibles. One of the most desirable and rarest errors found on the 1974 Roosevelt Dime is the double die obverse. This means the coin was struck more than once in the minting process, causing the date, lettering, or even Roosevelt's profile to appear slightly doubled. This doubling effect is subtle but visible, especially under magnification, and collectors prize it because it represents a clear mistake during the minting process, something the US Mint rarely allows to slip through. These kinds of errors don't just intrigue collectors, they also tell a story about how coins were produced in the 1970s, adding historical weight to their appeal. Another key feature that boosts value is coins struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine a Roosevelt dime struck on a nickel or a foreign coin blank. These are incredibly rare errors, but they do exist. Such coins are often lighter or heavier than usual, and sometimes the edges don't match the traditional reeded edge of a dime. If you ever come across one like this, don't spend it, get it evaluated immediately by a reputable coin grading service because you may be holding something extraordinary. Collectors and experts agree that condition is everything. If you're lucky enough to find a 1974 Roosevelt dime in uncirculated condition, particularly one with full torch details on the reverse side, your coin could already be worth a premium. Combine that with any rare mint error, and you've got something truly valuable. Coins that are graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC and receive high grades like MS 65 or higher are the true stars at auctions and coin shows across the country. In recent years, some of these rare and high-grade 1974 Roosevelt dimes have made impressive appearances at auction houses. A well-preserved error coin can capture attention and bidding wars among collectors, with final prices far exceeding initial estimates. The demand is growing fast as more people recognize the historical significance and artistic beauty of these classic American dimes. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual hobbyist, the 1974 dime is a must-have addition to any coin collection, so always check your spare change and be on the lookout. A single error on a common-looking coin could mean the difference between face value and a fortune. And that fortune? One of these rare 1974 Roosevelt dime coins has been known to fetch a price as high as $50,000 in words. Second rare coin, we're unlocking the incredible story behind one of the rarest and most coveted coins in American numismatic history, the United States Barber Dime coin from the year 1894. This is no ordinary dime, this is a coin that every collector dreams about, and its legendary status is backed by mystery, rarity, and unbelievable value. The 1894 Barber Dime is a true icon in the world of rare coins. Minted in San Francisco, only 24 pieces were ever struck, and just 9 are known to exist today. Can you imagine that? A dime so rare that most collectors will never even see one in their lifetime, let alone hold it. That level of scarcity instantly elevates it into the realm of elite collectible coins, making it a top prize for serious numismatists around the world. Now, what makes the 1894 Barber Dime even more exciting is the mystery behind its limited mintage. Historians and collectors have speculated for decades on why only 24 were minted. Was it a special gift? A test strike? Or perhaps a favor for influential individuals of the time? The mystery adds a layer of intrigue that no modern coin can match. Each of these coins carries a historical weight that sparks curiosity and passion among coin enthusiasts. Collectors are always on the lookout for this dime not only because of its story but because of the potential value it holds. One of the coins famously surfaced in a child's ice cream fund. Yes, someone actually spent one by mistake back in the day. Since then, collectors have kept their eyes open, searching through old collections, estate sales, and auctions in hopes of finding the next known example. That alone has built a legend around this coin, boosting its allure and mystique. Errors and conditions play a major role in enhancing the value of the 1894 Barber Dime. Any coin found in near mint or proof-like condition dramatically increases its worth. Some specimens display mirror-like surfaces and sharp, crisp details, traits that suggest they were intended as presentation pieces. This kind of craftsmanship is rarely seen today, and the quality adds to the coin's prestige and the desire to own it. In recent years, when one of these coins comes up for auction, which is extremely rare, the numismatic community watches with excitement. These dimes don't change hands quietly. In fact, in major auctions, they've set headlines and stunned collectors with their hammer prices. Each sale confirms just how powerful the legend of the 1894 Barber Dime truly is in the world of rare coins. If you're a collector, or someone who loves the idea of uncovering a true piece of American history, this coin is a symbol of the ultimate treasure. With only a handful left in the world, its demand has never slowed down, and coin lovers everywhere dream of adding it to their collection. Just the chance of seeing one in person is enough to send shivers of excitement through any collector's spine. So, if you ever stumble across a Barber Dime from 1894, especially with the San Francisco Mint Mark S, don't overlook it. This coin could change your life. The value of the 1894 Barber I dime has been recorded as high as $150,000 in auctions, depending on condition, provenance, and timing of the sale. Yes, you heard that right, $150,000. Third expensive coin. We're talking about the highly intriguing and surprisingly valuable United States Roosevelt I dime coin from 1980 with the Denver Mint mark. So get ready, because what may look like pocket change to many could actually be your ticket to thousands of dollars. The 1980 Roosevelt dime is a coin that most Americans have held in their hands without ever realizing the treasure they possessed. On the surface, it seems like any ordinary 10-cent piece, featuring the left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt and the D. Mint mark just above the date, signifying it was struck at the Denver Mint. But here's where things get exciting. Among the millions that were minted, a tiny handful emerged with incredible errors and varieties that collectors go wild for. One of the most sought-after varieties of this coin includes striking errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or full band features on the reverse torch design. A strong double die on the obverse, particularly around the inscriptions, Liberty or, In God We Trust, can multiply the coin's value dramatically. These types of errors are rare and occurred during the minting process due to die misalignment or improper pressure, making them extremely desirable to collectors who specialize in error coins. Another standout feature collectors look for in the 1980 Roosevelt dime is the full torch or full bands, FB, designation. This refers to a perfectly struck reverse design, where the vertical lines on the torch are clearly separated and unbroken. This level of detail is difficult to achieve and rarely survives circulation. Coins with this crispness are far more valuable, especially in high grades like MS65 or above. So how can you identify if you have one of these rare 1980 dimes in your collection? First, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the coin closely. Look for doubling on the text, sharp details in the torch bands, or even signs of an off-center strike. If you spot any of these features, your dime could be worth far more than its face value, and we're not talking a few dollars, but thousands. Recent auctions and coin shows have confirmed the buzz around this coin. Collectors and dealers are actively hunting for well-preserved 1980 Roosevelt dimes with unique minting flaws and perfect strike conditions. One rare example in superb condition with the right error was sold for a jaw-dropping $40,000, yes, $40,000 for a single dime. This proves just how important it is to examine every coin carefully. For those who are passionate about coin collecting, this coin represents more than just money, it's a connection to American history, minting artistry, and the thrill of the hunt. Imagine finding this valuable dime in your change or tucked away in an old jar at home. It happens more often than you'd think. And that's what makes this journey so exciting. Especially, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1991 No-P Roosevelt $1 coin, a seemingly ordinary coin that could be hiding an extraordinary treasure in your pocket, jar, or coin roll. If you love rare discoveries and hidden gems in US coinage, then this video is tailor-made for you. So grab your magnifying glasses and let's explore the powerful story of this small but mighty dime. The Roosevelt Dime series began in 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. While most modern dimes may seem common, certain years, and specific mint marks, have secrets that only sharp-eyed collectors can uncover. And the 1991 No-P Roosevelt Dime, minted in Philadelphia, is one of those surprising candidates that may look ordinary at first glance but is causing waves in the collector market thanks to its unique characteristics and rare error variants. Now, you may be wondering, how can a coin that's so recent and small possibly be worth anything more than its face value? Here's where it gets exciting. Some 1991 No-P Roosevelt dimes have been discovered with incredible mint errors that are not just rare, they're exceptionally valuable. These include dramatic misstrikes, off-center strikes, double die obverse features, missing clad layers, and even no-ridge edge errors. These mistakes occurred during the minting process and slipped past quality control, making them genuine US mint anomalies sought after by serious numismatists. One of the most notable errors to watch for in the 1991 No-P Roosevelt dime is the missing clad layer, which gives the coin a copper-colored appearance, similar to a penny. This rare mistake occurs when the outer nickel layer fails to bond with the copper core during production. These off-metal error coins are extremely scarce and generate intense demand at coin shows and online auctions. Another desirable rarity is the double die obverse, a visual doubling of letters like Liberty, In God We Trust, or even Roosevelt's facial features. These varieties are usually subtle and require close inspection, but when identified, they can multiply a dime's value by hundreds, or even thousands, of times. Coins showing clear doubling and sharp strike errors from 1991 with the Philadelphia mint mark are highly collectible and frequently featured in numismatic publications and price guides. Collectors are particularly drawn to these coins not just for their errors, but also for their condition. If you find a 1991 No-P Roosevelt dime with mint luster, no scratches, and a strong strike, what experts call uncirculated, or in MS, mint state, condition, its value increases significantly. And when combined with an error or rarity, the price tag jumps dramatically. That's why grading your coin through a professional service like PCGS or NGC can make all the difference in establishing its real value in today's thriving coin market. This dime has recently appeared in several private sales and auction listings, where rare error examples fetched jaw-dropping amounts. One particularly pristine specimen, graded with a major error and in high mint state condition, was sold to a private collector for an astonishing $20,000. Yes, that's right, $20,000 US for a single 10-cent coin. That's the incredible potential hiding in the palm of your hand, so don't overlook your change or your old coin stash. Every Roosevelt dime deserves a second look, especially the 1991 No-P. You might just be holding onto a miniature fortune without even knowing it. Always check for key details, examine both sides under a magnifying glass, look for anomalies in lettering or edges, and feel for weight and texture differences. You never know when your next discovery might change your collection, and your life. If you've come across a 1991 No-P Roosevelt dime with strange markings, a color difference, or any of the features we mentioned today, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know about your coin find. And if you have questions or want advice on how to identify these errors more precisely, feel free to ask. We love helping fellow collectors learn and grow in this amazing hobby. Next coin, dive into the fascinating story of the United States Roosevelt Dime coin from 1987 with the D mint mark. You may think it's just another ordinary 10-cent coin sitting in your drawer, but this little piece of history has taken the numismatic world by storm with its hidden treasures and rare features that can turn an everyday coin into a fortune. So coin collectors and history lovers, listen closely and enjoy every moment, because what you're about to hear could change how you see your spare change forever. The 1987 Roosevelt Dime minted in Denver may look like a typical coin at first glance, but it holds some of the most astonishing and valuable errors known in modern U.S. coinage. Imagine finding a coin with a minting flaw so distinct and rare, it could be worth more than a luxury car. That's the case with a select few 1987 D Roosevelt dimes that have captured collectors' attention across the nation. These dimes carry the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and with certain mistakes during production, they've become a shining symbol of rarity in the coin collecting community. Now, what exactly makes these coins so special? Let's talk about the rare errors that boost their value dramatically. Some of the most sought-after varieties include double die obverse errors, where elements of the design, like Roosevelt's profile or the date, appear slightly doubled under magnification. These doubling effects can be extremely difficult to notice without a trained eye or magnifying glass, but if you spot one, you might be holding onto a jackpot. Another key rarity is the off-center strike, where the coin is misaligned during minting, resulting in a partially blank surface, an unmistakable sign of value that excites collectors around the globe. And then there's the elusive no-FG error, where the initials, FG, of designer Frank Gasparo are missing from the reverse side of the coin, just above the torch. This variety has made headlines in collector circles because of how subtle yet rare it is. Combine any of these errors with excellent condition, what collectors call mint state, and you've got a coin that commands serious attention at auctions and among private buyers. Recently, rare examples of the 1987 D Roosevelt Dime featuring striking mint errors have sold for astonishing prices at reputable auctions and private sales. One pristine piece with a dramatic misstrike and doubled features was bid on fiercely by collectors who knew exactly what treasure they were chasing. This coin's rise in demand shows how valuable it can be when rarity meets excellent condition and eye-catching errors. And trust us, these coins don't stay in the market for long, so how can you know if your 1987 D Roosevelt Dime is the rare one? Look for sharp details, doubling in the lettering or date, off-center strikes, or the missing initials. Use a magnifying glass to inspect both sides carefully and handle the coin gently to preserve its condition. If your coin has any of these attributes, it's worth getting a professional appraisal, because you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Collectors across the United States are always on the hunt for rare coins like this, and with interest growing fast, the value of these dimes is only going up. Coin shows, online auctions, and collector forums are buzzing with talk about rare dimes from the 1980s, and 1987 D is leading the charge thanks to its spectacular variants and rich story. This is a coin that speaks to both novice collectors and seasoned pros, offering a chance to own a real piece of American history with investment potential. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, how much can this coin actually be worth? Well, in top mint state condition and with rare errors like a double die or off-center strike, the 1987 D Roosevelt Dime has sold for an eye-popping price of $30,000. Last unique coin, we're diving deep into the world of the United States Roosevelt Dime coin from the year 2005 with the Denver mint mark. This seemingly ordinary 10-cent coin is turning heads in the numismatic world, and if you're lucky enough to have the right one in your pocket or coin jar, it could be worth a small fortune. So stay tuned, because what you're about to hear might just make you check your change twice. Now, let's talk about the 2005 D Roosevelt Dime. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint and carries the iconic profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse. Millions of these coins were minted for everyday circulation, but within this massive production run, a small handful were struck with rare and highly valuable errors that make them extremely desirable to collectors. These aren't just your everyday dimes, these are dime-sized jackpots hiding in plain sight. One of the most fascinating things about the 2005 D Roosevelt Dime is the wide variety of mint errors that have surfaced. Some of the most prized errors include off-center strikes, where the design is visibly misaligned and part of the coin's image is missing. These types of errors are dramatic and easy to spot even with the naked eye, making them highly collectible. Another known error is the double die, where parts of the design, especially the lettering or Roosevelt's profile, appear to be duplicated or shadowed due to a die mishap during the minting process. These double die errors can make a huge difference in the coin's value and are always in high demand among serious collectors. Collectors also hunt for strike-through errors on this coin. These occur when a foreign object like a piece of cloth or debris is caught between the die and the coin blank during the strike, leaving a deep impression or texture on the coin's surface. Strike-through errors are unique. No two are exactly alike, which makes each one a true one-of-a-kind piece of numismatic history. Coins with full rims, sharp details, and dramatic errors are especially prized and fetch higher prices at auction. Another valuable variation to keep an eye out for is the missing clad layer. A Roosevelt dime with the outer nickel layer missing will appear to have a dull, copper-colored surface instead of its usual silvery finish. This rare mistake can drastically increase a coin's value, especially if it's in uncirculated or near mint condition. These pieces have been found in coin rolls and even in everyday change, proving that rare treasures can still be discovered by anyone paying close attention. The 2005 Roosevelt dime has also become increasingly sought after due to recent auction activity. Several examples of error dimes from this year have sold at auctions across the United States, with collectors competing fiercely to add these scarce pieces to their collections. In particular, high-grade dimes with well-documented mint errors have commanded strong prices, proving that the market for Roosevelt dimes is hotter than ever. If your coin has strong luster, visible errors, and minimal wear, it could be just the kind of specimen that turns heads in the collector community. So what makes these coins so valuable and collectible? It's the perfect combination of rarity, visual appeal, and historical significance. Collectors love Roosevelt dimes for their clean design and the legacy of the president they commemorate, but what really drives demand is the thrill of the hunt for those rare mint mistakes. The errors on the 2005 dime are bold, easy to recognize, and carry a sense of uniqueness that makes every discovery feel like a personal treasure. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, just how much can a 2005 Roosevelt dime with rare errors be worth? Well, recent sales have shown that the most exceptional examples have brought in as much as $10,000 in auction settings. That's right, a single dime worth $10,000. Imagine finding that kind of value in your pocket change, so don't forget to check your coins carefully, examine them under magnification, and compare with verified images of known errors. You might just uncover a rare piece hiding in plain sight. If you found a Roosevelt dime with any kind of unusual feature or striking error, share it with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear your coin stories and help you discover whether you've struck silver, or possibly gold, in the world of rare coins. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy learning about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a treasure hunting opportunity. Until next time, keep those eyes sharp and those coin jars close. You never know when the next dime could be worth $10,000.